Remember Mia Thornton from The Real Housewives of Potomac, the one who never missed a chance to throw shade at Karen and Wendy? Well, karma just caught up, and this time, Mia is the one in trouble. She's been arrested for stealing $11,000 worth of furniture from her own rental condo in Atlanta. The same woman who judged others for their legal troubles is now facing her own real-life scandal. From glamorous social events to a shocking airport arrest, Mia's life has spiraled in ways fans never saw coming. And guess who's quietly watching it all unfold? Wendy O. This isn't just drama, it's a real-life lesson in karma, and you won't want to miss what happens next. Remember Mia Thornton from Real Housewives of Potomac? The same Mia who never missed a chance to share her opinions about Karen and Wendy landing in trouble with the law? The one who seemed to have endless commentary on everyone else's missteps? Well, karma has a funny way of catching up, and this time, it caught up with Mia in a big way. She's now facing her own legal consequences, having been arrested for stealing. Yes, the very same woman who was once quick to judge others is now the center of her own scandal. Mia's time in Atlanta had been all about chasing a lifestyle she wanted but perhaps wasn't fully prepared for. She was all over the social scene, attending events, tossing champagne flutes, and doing everything she could to secure a spot in the city's drama-filled social circle. It seemed glamorous from the outside, but behind the scenes, Mia's life was starting to unravel. What began as her attempt to fit in and become part of the Atlanta storyline quickly spiraled into chaos. She ended up on the wrong side of the law when police caught up with her at the airport. Just as she was about to leave town, authorities arrested her for stealing $11,000 worth of furniture from the condo she had been renting. It was a shocking turn of events, especially for fans who had only seen Mia projecting confidence and control on screen, and who was waiting to see Mia finally face the music. None other than Wendy O, the very Wendy Mia had once criticized so fiercely when Wendy herself faced legal trouble. Wendy, who had been under intense public scrutiny for her own insurance fraud case, has reportedly been quietly savoring the irony as Mia's mugshot began circulating online. It's a moment that perfectly illustrates the unpredictable nature of karma. The one who threw shade is now in the spotlight for very similar reasons. Social media has exploded with reactions, fans pointing out the poetic justice, while others question why the drama seems to follow certain cast members more than others. This turn of events also raises a larger question about the Real Housewives universe. Why do so many of these stars seem to find themselves on the wrong side of the law? Potomac, once considered one of the calmest and most drama-free franchises, has somehow become a hotspot for arrests and legal controversies. Karen Huger, famously the matriarch of the group, led the way with her DUI incidents, and then Wendy O joined the list with her insurance fraud case. Now Mia Thornton's arrest for theft adds another layer to what is quickly becoming a pattern. It's almost as if the franchise has traded its reputation for calm and refinement for headline-making legal scandals. Mia's case is particularly intriguing because it combines both personal misjudgment and public spectacle. Her theft of $11,000 worth of furniture might seem shocking, but it also speaks to a larger story about instability and financial pressure behind the polished facade fans often see on television. Reports indicate that Mia had been struggling with rent and other financial obligations, which may have contributed to her desperate decision to take the furniture. It's a reminder that the lives of reality TV stars, while glamorous on the surface, are often complicated by real-world struggles that fans don't always see. The arrest also highlights how social dynamics within the franchise can shift dramatically. Mia, who once positioned herself as a judge of others' behavior, is now experiencing firsthand what it's like to be scrutinized by both the public and her peers. Meanwhile, Wendy O's composure during this time stands in stark contrast. Instead of retaliating or engaging in public feuds, Wendy has reportedly chosen to remain classy, allowing the legal system, and time, to determine the outcome of Mia's actions. It's a striking lesson in patience and restraint, showing that sometimes the best response to drama is simply to step back and let events unfold. Fans and critics alike have noted that Mia's fall from grace is emblematic of a recurring theme in reality television: the gap between on-screen personas and off-screen realities. On TV, Mia appeared confident, poised, and socially ambitious, but in real life, financial difficulties and questionable decisions have brought her into conflict with the law. This juxtaposition between public image and private reality is what makes the story so compelling and, for some, a cautionary tale. The allure of fame and social status can sometimes overshadow practical judgment, and Mia's experience is a vivid example of that dynamic. From a franchise perspective, the escalation of legal issues among Potomac housewives has broader implications. The network may need to reconsider the messaging and image of the series, as repeated incidents of criminal activity risk overshadowing the entertainment value with real-life legal drama. It also raises questions about casting decisions and the kind of lifestyle the show promotes, one that may encourage risky behavior or amplify personal struggles for the sake of storyline. Bravo has always balanced drama and glamour, but when that drama begins to spill into criminal behavior, it forces a re-evaluation of the boundaries between reality TV storytelling and real-world consequences. Ultimately, Mia Thornton's story serves as a potent reminder that reality television isn't immune to the laws of cause and effect. While the audience may enjoy the drama from the comfort of their homes, the consequences for those involved are very real. Mia's arrest is more than just a headline. It's a turning point in her life and a dramatic example of how quickly fortunes and reputations can change in the world of reality TV. For fans of PTOAC, it's a shocking but undeniably fascinating development, and it may well shape how future seasons are cast, produced, and perceived by viewers. In the end, Mia's downfall underscores a timeless truth. Actions have consequences, and karma often arrives when least expected. For those watching, it's a mix of schadenfreude, curiosity, and reflection. PTOAC, once calm and composed, has become a hub of intrigue and legal drama, with Mia Thornton now joining the list of housewives whose lives have intersected with the law. As the saga unfolds, viewers are left wondering what will happen next, not just for Mia, but for the franchise as a whole. Bravo might indeed need to rethink its tagline, because the calm, elegant lives fans expect are clearly not what's happening behind the cameras. In what's quickly becoming one of the most shocking sagas in reality TV history, Mia Thornton of The Real Housewives of PTOIC has found herself at the center of a real-life criminal drama that sounds almost too wild to be true. On the night of October 28th, Mia reportedly pulled a disappearing act worthy of a thriller movie, leaving the condo she had been staying at with an ex-boyfriend in the middle of the night without telling anyone. No goodbyes, no text messages, no indication that she was leaving. It was as if she had vanished into thin air. The landlord, understandably concerned when he noticed her absence, went to check on the property only to discover that Mia had not gone empty-handed. According to reports, roughly $11,000 worth of furniture had disappeared, which immediately prompted authorities to issue a warrant for her arrest. The news sent shockwaves through the Real Housewives fan community, leaving people stunned that someone so publicly outspoken and seemingly confident could end up in this situation. What makes Mia's story even more dramatic is how she managed to evade capture for nearly 2 weeks. During this time, she seemingly disappeared from public view, and the police were unable to locate her. Many speculated about where she could have gone or whether she was planning some sort of grand escape. Then, on November 19th, the authorities finally caught up with her at Hartsville-Jackson Airport, where she was calmly preparing to board a flight out of Atlanta. Witnesses say that Mia remained composed during the arrest, admitting that she knew a warrant had been issued for her but that she intended to leave town regardless. It's a stunning moment of real-life drama that reads like something straight out of a scripted show. The glamorous reality star, all poised and polished, suddenly facing the very real consequences of her actions in front of law enforcement. The financial details surrounding the theft help to provide some context for Mia's decisions, though they certainly do not excuse her behavior. Reports indicate that Mia had been struggling financially for a while before the incident. She was unable to pay the $5,000 monthly rent on the condo where the theft occurred, and over time, she accumulated more than $6,000 in unpaid fees. Eviction proceedings had even been initiated against her prior to the theft. These pressures, combined with her high-profile lifestyle and desire to maintain appearances, may have contributed to a sense of desperation that led to her stealing. Still, stealing, regardless of the circumstances, is a crime, and it is clear that Mia is now facing the full weight of legal accountability. To put the $11,000 figure into perspective, while it may sound like a significant sum, in terms of furniture, it likely represents a few key pieces, perhaps a high-end couch, a dining table, or some accent chairs and throw pillows. Yet even small-scale theft of this nature is serious, particularly because it involves both trust and the violation of someone else's property. The optics are especially jarring for a reality television star, as her public persona had always been one of confidence, social savvy, and ambition. The sudden pivot from glamorous socialite to accused thief has sparked a frenzy on social media, with fans and critics alike weighing in on the situation. Reactions range from shock and disappointment to schadenfreude, as viewers digest the irony of Mia's situation and reflect on the unpredictability of life behind the scenes in reality TV. Another layer of complexity comes from Mia's own personal narrative. While fans saw her as confident and self-assured on television, the reality behind the cameras tells a more complicated story. Financial strain, failed relationships, and the pressures of maintaining a high-profile lifestyle in Atlanta all appear to have played a role in the decisions that led to her arrest. For viewers, this serves as a stark reminder that reality TV often shows only a curated version of life, and that even stars who seem to have it all can face very real struggles that remain hidden from public view until something dramatic happens. The fallout from Mia's arrest has also highlighted the role of social dynamics within the Real Housewives franchise. Other cast members, particularly those like Wendy O, have reportedly reacted with a mix of surprise and restrained amusement. Wendy, who has herself faced legal scrutiny in the past, seems to be taking the high road, choosing not to publicly engage in drama while Mia's mugshot circulates online. This contrast between Mia's situation and the composure of her co-stars emphasizes the unpredictability of the franchise's interpersonal dynamics and the thin line between public spectacle and real-life consequences. Ultimately, Mia Thornton's story is a cautionary tale about how quickly circumstances can change, even for those who seem to live in a glamorous, high-profile world. A single decision, whether influenced by financial strain, social ambition, or desperation, can have far-reaching consequences. Mia's arrest for stealing furniture worth $11,000 not only puts her personal freedom at risk but also tarnishes her public image, reminding fans and viewers that life off-screen can be just as complicated, messy, and unpredictable as anything portrayed on reality television. The case also raises broader questions about the Real Housewives of Potomac franchise itself. Once considered one of the calmer, more composed installments of the Real Housewives universe, Potomac has, in recent years, become notable for an unusually high number of legal incidents among its cast members. Karen Hughes' DUIs, Wendy O's insurance fraud case, and now Mia Thornton's theft have all contributed to this reputation. It seems that the drama is no longer limited to scripted arguments or staged confrontations. The law is now a recurring character in the storylines of these women's lives. As Mia faces her day in court and the legal process unfolds, the eyes of fans and critics alike remain glued to every detail. From social media commentary to news coverage, her arrest has sparked intense discussion about the intersection of reality television, personal responsibility, and public image. It serves as a vivid illustration that while reality TV often entertains and enthralls, it can also have very real consequences for those living in the spotlight. Mia Thornton's story is not just a headline. It is a dramatic, cautionary example of how quickly glamour can turn into scandal, and how even the most poised and confident personalities can find themselves facing the law when circumstances spiral out of control. Mia Thornton's move to Atlanta was not just about chasing the glamorous social scene or trying to become a bigger name in the Real Housewives franchise. It was, at its core, motivated by financial necessity. The checks from Potomac, while perhaps enough to cover a portion of her lifestyle, weren't sufficient to sustain the kind of life Mia seemed to envision for herself. Rent, bills, personal expenses, and the high costs associated with maintaining appearances quickly added up, leaving her in a precarious financial situation. Yet, even in the midst of these struggles, Mia didn't shy away from casting judgment on her co-stars. She made no secret of her opinions about Wendy O's legal troubles, openly throwing shade in ways that many considered bold, or even audacious, given her own mounting challenges. The contrast between her public persona and her private struggles would soon become glaringly apparent. Once in Atlanta, Mia wasted little time trying to insert herself into the social fabric of the city. She appeared at multiple filming locations, making a clear effort to become part of the storyline and secure a coveted peach. Her intentions, however, were somewhat ambiguous. She neither fully confirmed nor outright denied her ambitions on camera, keeping both her castmates and fans guessing. She was clearly navigating the delicate balance between visibility and strategy, understanding that her on-screen presence could determine her relevance in the franchise. Unfortunately for Mia, her plan did not unfold as smoothly as she had hoped. Despite showing up and participating, the role she sought and the financial stability she needed from Bravo seemed elusive. As time went on, Mia's financial pressures only intensified. Her debts were mounting, rent remained unpaid, and she was increasingly stretched thin trying to maintain a public image of composure and luxury. Reports indicate that at one point, she owed thousands in unpaid condo fees, and eviction proceedings had even been initiated against her. Faced with mounting obligations and a lack of real income, Mia's decisions became increasingly risky, ultimately leading to the theft incident that would alter her trajectory entirely. The combination of financial strain, social ambition, and public scrutiny created a perfect storm, setting the stage for a downfall that many fans and observers now say was inevitable. Yet Mia's instability extends beyond financial matters. Her personal life has been a series of upheavals, each one leaving its mark. A divorce, the loss of a business, failed relationships, and multiple relocations created a sense of impermanence that seems to have influenced her choices. Each of these life events contributed to a narrative of searching for stability, for validation, for success that Mia has been trying to construct both on and off screen. Atlanta represented not just a new chapter, but a chance to reinvent herself, to find the security and social prominence she craved. Unfortunately, life rarely follows a script, and Mia's story serves as a stark reminder of that reality. Despite the chaos surrounding her, Mia has made a concerted effort to project an image of control and refinement. On Instagram, she has framed herself as composed, refined, unmoved, and unshakable, even in the face of her arrest and the ongoing eviction lawsuit. Her posts reflect a conscious attempt to maintain dignity, to preserve a narrative of personal strength, and to convince both herself and her followers that she is in command of her life. It is a classic example of the tension between public perception and private reality, a tension that is particularly pronounced for reality TV personalities, whose lives are constantly scrutinized by both cameras and social media audiences. Mia's situation is also a lesson in irony and public scrutiny. While she criticized Wendy O for her own legal troubles, she now finds herself in a remarkably similar position, facing both legal consequences and public judgment. The juxtaposition of her former confidence in critiquing others with her current predicament highlights the unpredictable and often humbling nature of fame. Social media has reacted with a mixture of shock, amusement, and judgment, reflecting the way fans often revel in the dramatic reversals of fortune that reality television can produce. Financial struggles, personal instability, and public perception all intersect in Mia's story, creating a multifaceted portrait of a reality star navigating real-world consequences. Her move to Atlanta, initially intended to secure a higher profile and possibly stabilize her finances, became a catalyst for further challenges when the expected opportunities failed to materialize. The pressure of sustaining a high-profile lifestyle, combined with unresolved personal issues, created circumstances in which poor decisions could, and did, occur. In many ways, Mia's trajectory underscores a broader truth about the realities of fame. The glamorous exterior often conceals deeper struggles, and those struggles can manifest in ways that are both dramatic and, ultimately, public. At the same time, Mia's attempts to maintain composure, even as her legal and financial troubles mounted, demonstrate a certain resilience. She has continued to engage with her audience, presenting herself as someone striving for personal growth and accountability. Whether or not she can genuinely embody the calm and unshakable persona she projects is yet to be seen, but her efforts reflect the dual pressures of maintaining personal dignity while navigating a life increasingly under public scrutiny. In conclusion, Mia Thornton's story is emblematic of the complex interplay between ambition, financial reality, and public perception in the world of reality television. Her move to Atlanta, motivated by financial need and professional aspirations, quickly became entwined with personal challenges and legal consequences. Beyond the theft incident, Mia's life reflects a series of destabilizing events, a divorce, failed relationships, lost business opportunities that have shaped her current circumstances. And yet, despite these difficulties, she has sought to maintain a public image of strength, composure, and refinement, reminding audiences that reality is often more complicated than it appears on camera. Mia's journey serves as a cautionary tale about the pressures of fame, the consequences of financial instability, and the unpredictable nature of life under the spotlight. Mia Thornton has been trying to keep up appearances, posting on Instagram about being a mother, a creator, and a woman growing in real time, claiming she's choosing peace, accountability, and personal growth. But let's be real. If anyone is laughing at how hard Mia is trying to look composed right now, it's Dr. Wendy O. Social media has been buzzing since Wendy's insurance fraud news broke, with fans debating what to believe, while her PTOIC co-stars have mostly stayed silent and let the courts handle it. Mia, on the other hand, had no problem throwing shade at Wendy, bragging about how she'd never get caught doing anything like that. Now the tables have turned. Mia is the one facing court, and it isn't going to be pretty. Unlike Mia, Wendy is keeping it classy and unbothered, knowing that karma always catches up. The internet isn't going easy on Mia either. And honestly, many aren't shocked. She's always given off that kind of energy. It's wild to think that PTOIC, once considered a calm franchise, now seems to have the most housewives running into legal trouble, all while trying to maintain the illusion of wealth. Mia's arrest is just the latest reminder of the chaos lurking behind the glamorous facades.